So first of all, Qinisa is a very important project, an initiative where we're looking at to manage greenhouse gas emissions in the agriculture space, and specifically the livestock. And it's important for us to make sure that make a contribution to the overall emissions that we have in the world, in the region, in South Africa, in the continent, and obviously in the globe. And that's a contributor to be able to say, well, how can we reduce that emissions? We do see that the percentage contribution from the agriculture into the global emissions is in the order of about 20%, and therefore any impact, any reduction that we can make in the emissions will certainly have an impact in terms of the global emissions and the globe's journey towards net zero. Livelihoods, how does that impact livelihoods? We obviously understand that the animals that we're talking about, the livelihoods are, or the communities are dependent on those animals for various purposes. Obviously food is one, but there's also income, and therefore it's important that this project also work very closely with the communities. And I often use the word co-creation. So we're not telling them what to do. We want them also to come to the table and to contribute in terms of their wisdom, their thinking. So whatever we come up with is also acceptable to the community. And then a second point in terms of livelihoods is the fact that this will also contribute to capacity building, to understanding, a better understanding. And therefore, when we're looking at protecting our world from a climate change perspective, that benefit can also come through to the communities, because surely climate change is also going to impact communities and their livelihoods, and to a certain extent there's an indirect contribution to that understanding, to say, well, we're looking at the world of tomorrow, the world of our next generations, and how can we ensure that sustainability is maintained. So I think it's an integrated system, and Qinisa is playing a very critical role to assist in reduction in emissions, to get a better understanding with the communities, to also want to work towards communities and other sectors to work together, like universities, like NGOs, government, and also ultimately will help our communities in the rural areas to be sustainable. And that for me is a very important